Welcome back to Good Day Orlando. Right now, the Fox 35 storm team is tracking Tropical Storm Elsa as it approaches a landfall. The National Hurricane Center has been plotting Elsa's every move and sending out updates on the storm's projected path every 3 hours. National Hurricane Center Director Ken Graham joins us live here on Good Day Orlando. Ken, what do you say? Day 2. We appreciate you joining us here in Fox 35's Good Day Orlando. How's it going up there at Hurricane Headquarters, my man?
We're doing good, Jamie. Just keep an eye on this all night, and just as expected, this tropical storm, lots of rainfall, just a big rain event,
right,
and getting closer. And it's not just around that center, Jamie. I mean, look at this tailing band back behind it. Just the possibility of tornadoes for portions of that right front quadrant. Watching for those tornadoes, but a lot of rainfall.
Ken, as we approach landfall and we actually declare a landfall, we've got a tornado watch here in Central Florida until 8 o'clock this morning, another 45 minutes on that. Do we expect that to be canceled, discontinued here in the Central Peninsula?
Yeah, I think there's coordination going on associated with that, but with that watch, we'll look at that. But Jamie, we were looking at, you just go historically,
right,
drawing basically a plus sign through the center of this thing. 90% of your tornadoes occur in this quadrant right there. So, as this moves inland, you can still see, portions Lake City, Jacksonville, getting into Georgia with time. Still that possibility, these quick spin up tornadoes. And really, most of the time it's in these bands where that gets really that spin going on. So we'll have to watch those.
Right. And Ken, I was looking at the track. We've been monitoring the latest, working in conjunction with you and our local Weather Service forecast office over in Brevard County in the city of Melbourne. I want to ask you about the extended track. We've got some inquiries in social media, folks in the low country coastal empire, as it's called, of the Savannah River Basin on over toward Hilton Head and Beaufort, South Carolina. That track there, a lot of these big populated areas there in coastal Georgia, in South Carolina, everyone on that right side of that track as it lifts off along the Atlantic seaboard. Risk of tornadoes there as well, of course, the heavy rain threat.
No, absolutely. You get the tornadoes there and the heavy rain, but the whole history of this storm going back into Jamaica and Cuba, that right-hand side has just been where most of the wind has been and all the rainfall, just dry air on the other side of it. So with timing-wise, making landfall in the next few hours and then getting up into Georgia overnight, early tomorrow morning. But by tomorrow afternoon, there it sits, still as a tropical storm up into North Carolina. So still going to get those winds, still going to get that heavy rainfall. And looking at that rain, you got to be careful here because that's a significant amount of rain all through Georgia, the Carolinas, Raleigh, up to Norfolk, and eventually even get into New England.
Incredible, the power of tropical systems. Ken, and lastly, landfall. We're looking next 2, 3, 4 hours around maybe northwest of Dixie County, Cross City, up towards Steinhatchee, that general region of the Big Bend. What's your thinking there in the office?
Yeah, that's exactly where we're thinking. But remember, as this has been a very tight storm, a small storm. So as it makes landfall, those areas could see the most intense the winds. I mean, the winds we have now 65 miles an hour. So those winds going to make landfall, and you can see some of those trees come down and some of the power outages as we make landfall.
All righty, the one and only Ken Graham, Director of the National Hurricane Center. Ken, we appreciate your knowledge, and thank you for joining us here again live on Fox 35's Good Day Orlando. We appreciate all you guys do, so God bless you and your staff, and hopefully the remainder of the season, while we're expecting a lot of activity, hopefully everything stays offshore, if you know what I mean, Ken.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, sir. Be well. Thank you.